Hey guys, welcome back to PT Pioneer, the best online resource to help you learn how to become a certified personal trainer. For those of you who don't know me, I am Alex and I'm a NASM certified personal trainer. Now, in today's video, we're going to take a look at a complete breakdown of the NASM CPT certification. This includes how the exam is broken down and what sort of topics are covered in each section. We'll also highlight the exam difficulty and pass rate and the differences between the NASM exam practice tests versus the real test. Lastly, we'll answer any frequently asked questions regarding the NASM CPT certification. Now, if you keep watching till the end of this video, you can also learn how you can save up to 25% off of select NASM CPT programs. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing we'll take a look at is the NASM CPT exam. Currently, in 2020, the NASM CPT exam has 6 domains or topic areas consisting of 120 questions. Each of these domains or topic areas covers a certain percentage of the total exam. Domain 1 covers basic and applied sciences and nutritional concepts. This domain will cover approximately 17% of the total examination. This covers the human body, systems involved in exercise and movement, and their adaptation to exercise. Here, you'll be tested on various systems including the nervous system, muscular system, skeletal system, cardiorespiratory system, endocrine system, and energy systems. Additional questions in this section will include planes of motion, movement terms, muscular imbalances, and types of movement and kinetic chain dysfunction. Domain 2 covers all the processes for assessing a client. This domain or topic area will cover about 18% of the total examination. Here you'll be tested on various exercise assessments such as cardiorespiratory and strength assessments. In addition to this, you'll also be tested on muscular imbalance assessments, such as the overhead squat. Moving on to domain 3, this covers program design. The third domain will cover approximately 21% of the overall exam. This topic area will test you on principles needed in order to design a program based around a client's goals or needs. For this section, you would need to understand variables of training such as tempo, volume, and resistance. Along with this, you would need to understand how to incorporate rest periods and intensity into the workouts. Additionally, you would need to understand how each of these are incorporated into the different styles of training and the different stages of the OPT model. Now, moving into domain 4, this covers exercise technique and training instruction. This topic area covers approximately 22% of the actual exam. This topic area will cover elements such as core training, flexibility, balance, SAQ, reactive, and resistance training. This section will test your knowledge on what sort of exercises fall into which form of training, how to perform them, and how they relate to the OPT model. Moving on to domain 5, this covers more client relations and behavioral coaching for the client. This section will cover about 21% of the total exam. Overall, this section will test your knowledge on active listening, expressing empathy, positive affirmation, and things such as extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. This section will also test you on coaching styles and behavior change strategies. You will also be tested on your knowledge on how to create SMART goals. Lastly, in domain 6, you'll be covering professional development and responsibilities. This final section will also cover 10% of the total examination. In this final domain, you'll be tested on training facilities, types of demographics, and information on how you can become a professional and responsible personal trainer. Now that we've covered the NASM examination and what sort of topics are going to be covered in each domain, it's super important to understand how difficult the examination is actually going to be. In comparison to other certifications, this is the most prestigious and most well-known certification in the industry. Naturally, this has also become one of the more difficult examinations that you'll be taking in order to receive your certification. While the NASM exam is constantly being changed, the average pass rate still remains approximately 65%. In data released by NASM from the time period between August 2017 to August 2018, only approximately 18,000 students have passed, while approximately 9,550 failed. This indicates that only 2/3 of the students who take the examination will be able to pass. Now, despite this difficulty, that doesn't mean there aren't strategies or resources to help you study and prepare for the examination. Now, the next key thing to understand about the NASM examination is the difference between the practice tests and the actual exam. Now, a key thing to remember in general is that the practice tests aren't created by people who work for NASM. These are individuals who have taken the examination, and this is purely based off of their previous experience. So, one thing to keep in mind is that NASM changes their questions constantly. While you are taking the examination, you may notice that certain questions are phrased differently from previous practice exams. Overall, you won't be able to find the exact NASM personal training exams online compared to the actual test. These practice tests will also include the same information that you will see on the real exam, so these will still be great resources for you to use. Now, these are some additional questions that people have in regards to the NASM examination and the NASM CPT certification. The first question is, are there NASM practice exams? The answer to that question is yes, there are a lot of practice exams. NASM also provides their own practice exam. However, they don't have as many questions in order to prepare you for the full final exam. Additionally, they also charge a little bit more in comparison to other resources, so that's one thing to keep in mind. The second main question people have is, how long is the exam enrollment period? The total enrollment period is going to be 180 days, starting from when you first purchase the NASM package to the final examination. So from the date that you purchase your NASM package, you have approximately 180 days to earn your CPR AED certification, register for the examination, and take the final exam. The third question is, how many questions are on the NASM exam and what is a passing grade? Now, we've covered a little bit of this question earlier in this video, but there are 120 questions on the total exam, with 20 of those questions being research questions. Overall, you still need to pass about 70% of the total examination in order to receive a passing grade. So overall, you still have 2 hours to complete the examination, and you need to pass with at least a 70 in order to receive a passing grade. Question number 4 is, where can you take the NASM examination? Before, you would be able to take this over at designated testing facilities. However, in 2020, we are running into this issue where we cannot physically take the examinations, so you can also register and take the examination in an online proctored space. This is primarily done through live remote proctoring, and you can find more information on the NASM website. Question number 5 is, what are the prerequisites for the NASM examination? The prerequisites for the examination are that you are a high school graduate or over the age of 18, and you have a CPR AED certification. Question number 6, can you see your exam score afterwards? So the answer to this is no. They won't tell you exactly how much you actually passed with. They'll only indicate if you passed or failed. Question number 7, what happens if you end up failing the NASM CPT examination? So if you do fail in this instance, you can purchase a retest voucher. This also depends on the package that you purchased with NASM, so the retest voucher may not be entirely free. You may need to purchase an additional amount for taking that retest. The total of this will also come out to $199. That's one thing to keep in mind as an additional cost if you end up failing. So after you fail your first exam, you will have to wait 1 week after that examination in order to register and take the test again. If you fail for a second time, you will need to wait for another 30 days before taking the examination for a third time. Lastly, if you take it for the third time and then you fail again, then you will have to wait another full year before you can re-register and take the examination. Moving on to question number 8, when will you receive your certificate after the examination? So after passing the exam, your certificate will be mailed to you about 4 to 6 weeks after the final exam. For me, I received my certificate closer to around 4 weeks, so this will also depend on your location as well. You will also receive a web version of the certification, so keep a lookout for that when you pass the exam. So question number 9, how long is the certification valid for? For the NASM CPT certification, it's valid for another 2 years after you pass the examination. During these 2 years, during this time, you will still need to receive continuing education credits. The minimum requirement for NASM recertification is that you receive 2 continuing education certification credits as the years go by. So in order for you to get your NASM recertification, you will need to have at least 2 continuing education credits. So this is approximately 20 hours of continuous education following your examination. And lastly, question number 10 is, how much does the NASM certification cost? So the NASM Personal Training Certification has different packages that you can purchase on their site. Each of those have different study options and different perks. Now that you know what to expect for the final examination, there are plenty of great resources on ptpioneer.com that can help you. Check out links to the main article below. This includes resources for a free NASM study guide, practice test, and flashcards. So all of that can be found in the link in the description below. We also have a link to a free NASM exam cheat sheet provided by our friends over at Trainer Academy. They have a lot of great resources for you to prepare for the examination and any additional info that you might need. Again, you can find the links to these resources down below. Now, if you're undecided on what sort of certification is right for you, you can visit ptpioneer.com, and on the main homepage, we also have a great quiz for you to take that will help you discover which certification is right for you. Lastly, if you made it this far into the video and you're still looking to take the NASM CPT examination, we also have a special discount offer for you guys if you go to the links in the description below using the code PTP25. You'll be able to save up to about 25% off of your NASM CPT program. Anyways, guys, if you did like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments down below if you do have any questions regarding the NASM CPT exam or any other details regarding the certification. Now, if you're still looking for more information on how to pass the NASM CPT exam, make sure you visit this video right here, which covers 10 secrets to passing the NASM exam. With that, that's the end of this video. Good luck studying, and we'll see you guys in the next video.